Are you curious what it's like to complete a UC Berkeley Graduate Division application? Let's follow along as Oski Bear starts his application to grad school. This information applies to programs that utilize the Graduate Division application, which is used by most graduate programs at UC. If your program utilizes a separate application, your application process may differ, so always make sure to review your program's admission requirements and process carefully. Okay, let's get back to Oski. He's ready to start his application. His first step is to go to the Graduate Division website and click on the Apply Now button. As a first-time user, Oski will create an account. He'll enter his email address, name, and date of birth. He'll receive a confirmation email with a temporary PIN. He'll follow the instructions to authenticate his account and set a personal private password. Now, Oski can log into his account and begin his application. On the application management page, he'll select Start New Application. Now, let's walk through the sections of the application. On the left-hand sidebar, Oski will find direct links to all the sections. The first page Oski will encounter is the application instructions page. He'll take some time to review the instructions and resources here carefully. He'll also note that all the required fields in the application are indicated by an asterisk. It's important to complete all the required fields because the answers to required questions will affect other parts of your application later. After he's reviewed the instructions, Oski will select the term he wishes to begin his studies and the program of study for which he would like to be considered. He can select different terms from the drop-down list to see which programs are currently available in that term. He'll complete the biographical information, personal, educational, and economic background pages first. On the academic history page, Oski will enter all the institutions he's attended after high school, regardless of the length of attendance or if he received a degree. To add an institution, type a keyword in the institution name, like Berkeley. A drop-down will appear with potential matches. If Oski sees his school, he'll select it from the list and then enter the rest of the information. If he can't find his school in the initial results, he can scroll down to the bottom and click Continue to see a fuller list. If he still can't find his school, no worries, he can just type it in manually. He'll fill out the dates attended, the level of study, along with the degree name he received, if any. At the bottom of the Add Institution box, there's an upload button for Oski to submit his transcript. We will accept unofficial transcripts if they include his name and the name of his school, but please don't send degree audit reports. On to the grades page. Oski will make sure to check with his program for any special instructions on calculating his GPA. And unless otherwise instructed by the program, international students should use the Other Scale GPA box. Continuing on through the languages page, Oski will indicate his native language or languages, as well as additional language competency. Next is recommendations, where Oski will enter the contact information for the individuals who will be writing his letters of recommendation. It's important here that he selects his program of interest before sending the invite emails to his recommenders, because as you can see here, his program of interest and relevant deadlines are included in the email that his recommenders receive. When adding recommenders, Oski has the option of adding a personal message to be included in the email invitation. He may want to include details that will help the recommender complete his recommendation. Every applicant is also required to indicate if they are waiving or not waiving their right to view the letters after they are submitted. You should discuss this with your recommenders before you complete your application, as many letter writers refuse to submit a letter for applicants who don't waive their right to see it. If you need to change the waiver option, you will need to create a new recommendation entry with the correct waiver option and send a new invite email. If a recommender doesn't receive their email invitation, suggest that they check their spam folder for an email from gradadm@berkeley.edu. If they can't find it, it may be due to an institutional firewall. If that's the case, go to your application and edit the recommendation entry to exclude it from your application. You can then create a new entry and invitation using their personal email. The status of Oski's recommendation letters will be displayed here in the application, and also on his application status page after he submits his application. Don't worry if some of your letters haven't been received by the time you submit your application. The recommendation link will stay open for you to resend invites and add additional recommenders if needed. If your recommender needs more time, you can contact your program for a possible extension. Oski's doing a great job with his application, so let's keep going. For the employment section, Oski will enter detail about his current or former employment. The test scores page is where Oski will self-report his test scores. He'll also see here when his official scores are received by us. If you have your official scores sent to us and they haven't matched automatically after 2 to 3 weeks, please let us know and we'll check the system. On the statement of purpose and personal history statement pages, Oski can upload his required essays. Each program has a program of interest page for their special application requirements. Oski should fill out this page in its entirety, as any missing information could delay the review of his application. On the supporting materials page, Oski can include other materials required by his program, like a CV, examples of his written work, publications, and more. The payment fee waiver page is where Oski will indicate the type of payment method he'll be using for his application fee. International students can only select credit card. Domestic students have the option of credit card or fee waiver. If paying by credit card, you'll want to make your payment after submitting your application through a link on your status page. Make sure the address you enter for your payment matches the billing address on your credit card statements. If you're eligible for a fee waiver, there are 2 options: financial need or program participation. Follow the instructions carefully and upload the required documents before submitting your application. You'll be notified of your waiver decision on your application status page. Your digital signature is required and indicates that all the information and materials you have provided are true, accurate, complete, and created by you. And lastly, Oski submits his application on the review page. If he missed any required parts of the application, he'll see them here, and he must complete them before he can submit. So there you have it. The basics of the UC Berkeley grad school application. Oski is well on his way to successfully applying to grad school at Berkeley, and so are you.